She's entitled to her opinion. I think if I live for anything at all, it's the right of people to freely express themselves. I know that the people who know the truth cannot respond, so they use people like her who have less understanding. I respect her. We've done a bunch of struggles together, but I think what is lacking is consciousness for some of them. They still haven't reached that level of consciousness to be able to understand when people are truly deceiving them. But I've passed that stage, so I cannot be exchanging words with her over what is clearly her right to respond to something that is that maybe she's one of the people agitated as well, that she's been lied to, but she hasn't snapped out of that condition, and the reaction is to throw tantrums. But like I said, I totally respect her right to freely say whatever she wants to say. I'm talking to Peter Obi, not Mama P. And I maintain that Peter Obi knows that he is a package fraud, and he came to defraud people in this involvement in politics. He knew where his heart is, that he's with the people who destroyed Nigeria. He's one of them. But he has fooled so many people to believe that he was different. But he has shown you enough trajectory to tell you that where he is today is where he has always been, with the destroyers of Nigeria in ADC, Babashir, Laya, Walawa, the Amechis of this world, Malami. If Buhari was alive, Peter Obi would be in the same political party as Buhari today. That's the truth. And don't be surprised if he tells you that he has now reconciled with Tinubu and joins the APC. Don't be surprised. Most of his people have already joined the APC. Ask yourself, all the people they took to the National Assembly with Labour Party in 2023, where are they today? They didn't even go back to their former party. They went straight to the APC. And you know what it takes to join the APC? Your sins are forgiven, and you are paid 250 billion naira if you are governor. If you are senator, I think it's about 250 million naira. And you get all kinds of packages that gives you immunity for crimes that you are committed. I didn't tell you yesterday that the Bauchi governor ran to APC because his accountant general is facing trial in the same courtroom. They are holding that one by his boss. But now that he has joined them, the case will gradually fizzle out. That's why I said thieves cannot criticize thieves. So just accept the fact that you lied to Nigerians. You presented a fake candidate who has no agenda, no manifesto, has no ideology. And you can lie to people once, but you can't fool people twice. I was never even fooled once, so I'm different. I never accepted your Peter Obi package. I could see it from the distance that I knew it was fake. You didn't need to tell me. I knew that as far back as 1989, when I was 18 years old. I have a detector for fake people, a radar detector of fake people. I knew Buhari, I knew Babangida was fake. I knew Obasanjo was fake. Jonathan, I knew Yaradua was sick and fake. All these leaders, when I see them. And for those of you who like to lie that, Sowore supported, I never, of course, I never did. If I did, you would have presented the evidence. I never did. What I've always done in my life is what I do today. I stand on what is right, whomever is affected. And nothing makes me change my position because you insult me, It's part of what comes with the territory of speaking truth to power. And sometimes speaking truth to power is as dangerous as speaking truth to the powerless. Because a powerless person who is not conscious is as dangerous as a powerful person who also is not conscious. And that's why Nigeria is today. You still have a majority of our people who are powerless but unconscious. The moment their consciousness is raised, they become powerful and they can dismantle the real power that is few people in power who are holding the country to ransom. Yes.
So you mentioned something in courts. So you said the Wike building houses for judges they are not even scared of the risk, because what if they are using cameras to view?
It has a lot of implications. That somebody who is building you houses, completed it for you, can plant cameras in the place and can use that to blackmail the judges. They can plant cameras in their jacuzzis or their shower, in their bedroom. You don't even think about it. That's why judges cannot be left to be taken care of by people who have interest. Is the reason they told you in government class 1 secondary school, separation of powers. They didn't mean separation of power from don't talk to each other. It means separation of houses, separation of geographical locations, separation of mentality. The mentality of a judge must be different from that of an executive or that of the legislative. That's the reason why they tell you you cannot interfere in legislative affairs, even if you're a judge. Separation of powers also means that is the reason why the executive is not living in the same apartment as the judiciary. In fact, the judiciary must not be seen to have any relationship with other branches of government. They are not supposed to even attend each other's wedding in some cases, because it could compromise. You don't provide the atmosphere for interface in a way that compromises justice. That's why everybody respects judges. Judges are supposed to be heard, but in Nigeria you don't see a judge who is an MC at the wedding of a governor's son. How do you expect such a judge to do justice? And then you now have an executive member, in which case like a governor, who is building houses for federal judges, giving them cars. And that is how these judges are compromised. There's no question about it. It's unethical. It's unacceptable. You cannot take gifts from people who have interest in cases. And everybody knows that Wike is not doing this to save the judiciary or to help the judiciary. Wike is doing it to compromise the judiciary. Let me make a revelation to you. In 2019, our party was formed in 2018 as the African Action Congress. In 2019, our party's candidates almost won the governorship election. Actually won the governorship election against Wike in Rivers State. But because of the circumstances of the election, that is, our party went and marched, the party governorship candidate went and marched with the APC without our knowledge. We rejected the merger and said the party itself could win. Wike panicked and went and hired judges, specifically Justice Inyang. What's that his name? What's the judge in the Federal High Court that Wike was working for Wike against our party? The judge in the Federal High Court who ruled against us to take over our party. Wike, he's now been suspended by the federal government. Yeah. EPO.